channel.
Just say something, yeah.
Hi, I'm Shakayla, and this is my channel, Shakayla Says. Today I'm going to be reading a book called Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. It's about a girl called Layli who goes on a mission to try and restore magic to the kingdom of Orisha with her brother and the princess Amari, while the princess's brother, Einan, tries to stop them. But then it's hard to explain on Kuru. You don't understand my pain. The book is a fantasy book, but it's kind of like Black Panther, but with magic. The main character is called Zele. She is a diviner. A diviner is somebody who has the ability to become magic, but they can't yet because you have to be 13 to get it. She's 17, but she doesn't have it because there's no magic. Wait, is she 17? Yeah, she's 17. Basically, there's no magic because during the raid, King Saran, he just killed everybody who did have magic, and there's basically this ceremony you're supposed to do, and since they didn't do it, like, the gods didn't give them their magic or whatever, so then they didn't have magic, so now she didn't have magic. King Saran ordered the raid, because he thought that if, what's it called, Magis had power to do what they wanted, then it would lead to the fall of Orisha, and he didn't want that to happen. The raid was basically when all Magis were killed, and then every single child who was diviner was left, but everybody else was killed who was Magi. Basically, it's a book about a girl called Zele, and she goes on this journey or whatever with her brother and Amari to go restore magic to the kingdom of Orisha, while the crown prince Einan tries to stop them. I liked the setting because you did change settings every so often. I find it boring if you were just staying in one place for the whole book. Who wants to read a book where you're in the same place for the whole time? It wasn't me, my book, that's not me. Anyway, went to some desert, they went to a rainforest, they went to a temple, yada yada yada. And I like the character Einan, because he has conflicts, whatever, he didn't know what to do, what's right to do, and what's the right thing, what's the wrong thing to do. He didn't know what to put first, himself or his kingdom. At the beginning of the book, there was a huge exposition dump, it was a smoother way she could have, Tomi Adeyemi could have done it. Literally, at the beginning, it was Mama Agba was on about this, that, and the other, and then she just literally told the whole, reason why, the world is the way it is, in just that bit, and it's could you just, ease us into it or something? Because, obviously, not ease us in, but, give it a bit of mystery, why are things the way they are, but it's just, in there, and it just feels kind of, oh, I couldn't think of a way to put it in here, so I just put it in like that. She was just on about how the raid happened and how people died. And it's well, if you were living in this place and you've already heard it, you'll be interested to hear that again, would you? On about how your parents died, you wouldn't be this is interesting. No, you wouldn't. You'd be why are you telling this story for the 50th time? Basically, the raid is when all Magi were killed who were not diviners. Diviners were kept because he didn't want to kill the children. Well, what's the point in killing the children? But he killed all the Magi who were there, so all of them are gone, and King Saran did it because his previous family were killed by burners, who are Magi who can control fire, obviously, and basically they killed his family, so then he wanted revenge or something, I don't know. He ordered all Magi be killed when the night he destroyed magic, and then he killed all Magi, and then he left the diviners. A Magi is the grown version of a diviner, someone who can control magic, who can either be a reaper, connector, a burner, tider, depending on what clan you're from. A reaper is somebody who can control death, the magic of death, and someone who's a burner can control magic of fire, tider, magic of water. Someone who's a connector is the magic of mind, spirit, and dreams, or something like that. Being really quite asked to reanimate dead bodies and stuff like that, but bring them back as if they won't come back as like zombies or anything. They'll just come back as like what's around you, like sand, like just sand person, water person, I don't know. So that's what you can do for your Reaper, but it doesn't really say if you can bring back someone who's dying, I think. Well, some characters are like introduced just to be killed off, and it's like, yeah, I don't mind when you do that. But then when you bring them back saying, oh, this person died, that person died, it's like, do I really care though? Like, I'm sorry, if you introduce a character and they die, I at least want to give some, well, they did have backstory, but it was just like, I'm not really upset they died, because I knew them for 2 minutes. When it's like, this person died so I could get here, this person died so we could get here, but it's like, I don't really care. Because if you're there for 5 minutes, how am I supposed to care when you die? Like, what's the point? Like, I understand the point, so it gives it some stakes and all the rest of that, but then, like, I don't really care if you die, because I've known you for 5 minutes, like, fair enough, like, you've got a sad backstory, my family was killed, but I don't really care that you're dead now, to be honest. I think there should be, like, some sort of guide to pronunciation, because I think, as you can tell, I'm very English. I don't know how to pronounce half the names in this book. When I was reading it, I was like, you know what, just skip over that name and go, I'll pronounce how I think it said, was wrong. So when I was reading the book, there were names in there I couldn't pronounce. Well, I didn't really need to pronounce it because I'm not reading it out loud, but I was just thinking in my head, whenever you see that name, you go, I'll just skip over it because I don't know how to say it. Like, a T and a Z together, like what sound does that make? T-Z-A-I-N, what does that, like the guy's name, what's the name? Zaylee's brother is called T-Z-A-I-N. I'm not going to try and say it before I butcher it. So every time I saw his name, I had to like skip over it. Yeah, it'd be better if I had a little pronunciation guide. It kind of reminds me of Last Airbender as well. Like, I don't know what it is about the book. It's just like the feel of it, like how it's different magic and all the rest of that, and how the controlling elements. It reminds me quite a lot of The Last Airbender. I like the cartoon, definitely on the movie. The movie was terrible, I'm telling you, terrible. Anyway, King Sam was just like two-dimensional. He literally just didn't really have much. He didn't have much character basically. It was just he's a bad guy. He doesn't want these people to live. But it's like all that, like his family were killed. His first family were killed by burners. But it's like, if your family were killed by burners, would you just all of a sudden just go out and just say, oh, all these people have got to die? That's like who does that other than Hitler? Please tell me who does that. Like it was just strange to me how he didn't really have much characters. I did enjoy reading the book. Like as much as I've got complaints, I will probably most likely always enjoy a book. Like I've never had a book that I hated so much I wouldn't pick it up. Like I enjoyed the book, but it could have been better. Like my expectations are high. I've got high standards. Just didn't meet them. I would read the other books in the series because like if you know me, you know I cannot read or watch something without getting a follow up on it. Even if it's like I don't feel complete if I don't read it. I will definitely read the new books when they come out. I think I'll be excited about seeing the film to like see how people are gonna adapt it and turn it into their own. Obviously, and so this is like magic and stuff like that. And like the magic, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be like a mix of like the Last Airbender and Black Panther kind of, because obviously you've got like the magic and then you've got the African side to it as well. So I think it'd be really interesting to see it in a movie. Well, since it didn't really meet my high standards, I'm gonna have to give it a 6. I feel bad about giving a book a 6, but like I enjoyed it still, but it's like it could have been better. I'll give it a 6.5 actually. 6.5. Outro. This is my outro. This is the end of my review. I'm Shakayla, and come back for another one. Deuces. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.